So a very special good evening to everyone joining us. My time, it's evening. If you are watching the replay or whoever sent this to you, it could be morning, it could be afternoon, whatever blessed day of God's day it is. I want to say thank you for joining us or taking a look at this. So welcome to the High Ticket Wealth System. My name is Solomon James. Now, before we deep dive into this, I'd like to put out this disclaimer that before beginning any practice relating to your health, diet, or hydration, we highly recommend that you first obtain the consent and advice of a licensed healthcare professional. Now, the information contained herein is not intended to replace a one-on-one relationship with a doctor or qualified healthcare professional. The information shared here is for informational and educational purposes only. The presenters encourage you to make your own healthcare decisions based upon your research and in partnership with a qualified healthcare professional. By now, you are aware that you and only you will be responsible if you choose to do anything based on what you get to hear from this talk tonight. With that being taken off the way, it's no longer news that there are challenges all over the world with the ventilations of global economy. Things are changing. So we don't need to nudge you that you must be looking for opportunities to increase your family's prosperity, and you don't need to limit yourself. I mean, the world is changing so fast that there are basically no limitations. If you can stay young at heart and keep prodding in and give your mind stretch mark. I mean, some people think stretch mark is just for the skin. You can stretch your mind to learn, to find out what is happening. One of those things is the perfect storm that is forming right now, because we see the role technology is playing. I was on a live webinar last night from the US. It blew my mind taking a look at what AI is doing and the way people are playing around with technology. In fact, I got another 3 hours training to devote, okay, because I'm curious. But look, it's not working against you, it's working for you. So with the unending push of the boundaries with technology, again, with the ventilations of global economy, because people who feel they were convenient or comfortable yesterday, things are changing very fast. So we also have the increasing turnout of baby boomers. Then you now look at the intersection between the generation X, Y, and Z. Then the rising middle class in between. What we have here is a budding trend. The question you'll be asking is, how do we capitalize on these global trends? Well, I'm glad you asked. So what are the solutions? Well, we'll be talking about the water industry, interestingly. Estimated value of about 551.2 billion US dollars in 2033. Now, the market size in 2024 stated that the global water market was valued at approximately 348.64 billion US dollars. And projections suggest continued growth, with estimates reaching up to 551.2 billion US dollars by 2023. This reflected a compound annual growth rate of around 5.3% to about 7% during the forecast period. Now, you don't need to be an accountant. Look as if we are looking at year earnings, year to year, and all of that. But just follow me, fasten your seatbelt, put off all distractions so that you know where all of this is going to. Well, the bottled water market as at today is about 400 billion, have about 400 billion liters of bottled water sold each year. Now, some of the key players in these industries are Nestle, PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, Fiji Water. Unless you are a key shareholder, it's unlikely that you are able to take advantage of the growth of the water bottle industry. But that's okay, because the market is fast changing, the narratives are changing. Today, we have consumers who are becoming increasingly health conscious, and I should believe you are also. And they are actively seeking out alternative ways to get healthier. After evaluating about 18 bottled water products, one study found nearly 25,000 chemicals in the water. Very scary, you might say. But also, consumers have grown more aware of their environmental impact. The production and disposal of plastic bottles is damaging to our ecosystem, our planet, and all of this is expected to hinder market growth. So what do we have here? Change is happening, and with change brings opportunity. Now, successful people understand that in order to become wealthy, they must first identify and understand trends and market cycles. In other words, you must keep up with trends and watch out for the next big thing. In every market cycle, early adopters of cutting-edge technology always come out on top. So what's the next big thing, I hear you ask? Okay, good. Let's talk about that. The next big thing basically is water ionizer. It is the next big thing. According to Market Watch, the global water ionizer market size was valued about 2.31 billion US dollars back in 2021, and this is expected to expand, reaching about 3.46 billion by 2027. Do you have a share of that? Digital Journal states that the global alkaline ionizer market is estimated to be worth 1.33 billion US dollars in 2021 and is forecasted to be worth 1.75 billion by 2028. Now you can see we are not just talking about the general use of water, drinking water, we are niching it down. Ionizers, alkaline ionizers. Now, you can get in on this. How really? Well, our preferred product is currently only at a 3% market penetration level. And when you understand market cycle and they tell you something is about 3% penetration level, then this is a good time for you to jump in. What we are talking about here is the Enagic Kangen water ionizers. Now, this company just celebrated 3 days ago or 4 days ago, over the weekend on Saturday, they celebrated their 51st anniversary. So this is made possible by a company called Enagic. It's a 51-year-old company. So we are not talking about something that is just launching. We are not talking about something that is trying to cut its teeth, trying to find out if it works. If you've been there for over 5 decades, then you must be doing something right. Now, let's talk about the company, because since 1974, Enagic International has been the leader in manufacturing water ionization systems, which filters water through electrolysis, producing superhydrating alkaline, antioxidant, and hydrogen-rich drinking water. This Japan-based company uses independent distributors such as you and I to distribute millions of Kangen water machines to homes, businesses, and hospitals all over the world. Today, they have over 3 billion, they have over, they have over 8 million of this spread into the rest of the world. Now, Enagic currently pays out about 56% commission to its distributors, which is basically higher commission than any direct sales or affiliate marketing in the water space. Now, this company, like I said, has been around for 51 years, but presently with presence in 28 countries, 43 locations. Thankfully, we see the Nigerian map on the dot. So Enagic also has its presence here in Nigeria. The Enagic Nigerian office was officially opened May 10, 2023. We just celebrated our 2nd year anniversary. Now, what that simply means is that for those of us in the African continent, in the Nigerian space, you have something with a presence for you to be able to see. You can come to the office. Beautiful enough, I will be at the office tomorrow, 105 at Denny Jones, ABC bus stop in Ikeja. If you are in Lagos, you have people in Lagos, send them, and we will be there tomorrow, 11 a.m. at this space, this office, to have a live demo and conversations around what you'll be hearing in the next few minutes. So Enagic is a Japanese company manufacturing medical grade Kangen water machines, providing healthy therapeutic water for everyday use. Again, I like to say that Enagic is not into the sales of water. Enagic is into this production of a medical device that turns your average everyday water use, your tap water, your borehole water, into a healthy medical grade water. The word Kangen is a Japanese word. It's Kangen, not Kengen. The word Kangen is a Japanese word. It simply means return to origin. Kangen means back to origin. So when you hear us reference and we say Kangen water, we are basically talking about a type of water that helps the human body to reset, to take care of itself. Now, again, Enagic has its suits of product. And as a matter of fact, on Saturday, one more model was launched on Saturday. So it's so powerful that they are deepening and trying to make sure everybody gets a pie of this so that you will be upscaling your health and your finances through it. Well, like we said, it's not just a water filter. Somebody on this call sent me a video, I think yesterday, and when I went through the video earlier as of this morning, oh, it was a water filter. Now, we have many filtration systems. After all, you can use a reverse osmosis system and clean up your water. So there are many filter or water filtration system. What we are talking about is not a water filtration system, because at best for that unit that I saw, it purifies the water and all you have, oh, I have a clean water of pH of 7, and that's end of story. That's the end of Solomon Grundy. But what we have here is a medical device certified by the Japanese Ministry of Health as a medical device, also certified by the International Standard Organization that it is a medical device. As a matter of fact, it has the number ISO 13485. You may do well to go online and Google and check out the number ISO 13485. What does it depict? It's a number given only to medical devices. So while we have water filtration system, that does not make them medical devices. Like I always say, anybody on this call can count money. That does not make you a chartered accountant. So the fact that we have systems that clean water does not make them medical grade devices. What we are talking about tonight is not a water filter, it's a medical device. Now, we have different models like we saw in the picture with premium product, but let's talk about what we have here, the Levelock K8. Now, this is Enagic's premium product with 8 platinum deep solid titanium plates. Now, understand that the process, again, like we said, it uses the process of electrolysis. So it has a 560 square inch of ionization surface for the electrolysis process, which cleans itself after each use. For many of us in the last 6 months, 1 year, the overhead tank in our houses where we store water and run through the house has not been clean. Do you still think that water is clean? If you go up there, some of us, half of it would have been filled with sand or mud and other open up your tank, you see green algae and all those stuff. This system does not allow that because it's very intuitive to clean itself after each periodic use. Intuitive, interactive, and this particular one is a touch panel. It's like an iPhone. Speaks 8 different languages, very portable, accepts all type of electrical power. So you could use it in Africa or in Nigeria where we have a 220 power voltage, and you can travel to the US where we have a 110, and the same thing will apply. It has an intelligent filter chip that tracks your water usage, telling you when you should change the filter. So this is a very high-end premium medical device. We also have the SD501, another model. Now, this is basically a state-of-the-art technology helping us to produce 5 types of water. Now, all of them helps in producing 5 types of water. Now, one of the type of water it produces what we call Kangen water, clean water, beauty water, strong Kangen, and strong acidic. So again, you send me a video, somebody sends you something. Ask yourself, how many type of water will you be getting from it? If it just cleans the water and have just one type of water, then again, you understand that that is a filtration system. How many of the devices we have, or people will tell you, no, I have this, can they produce 5 different types of water from one source? Now, we have the drinkable range, which is between 8.59 and 9.5. Your clean water from elementary school is a pH of 7, okay? It's neutral. Then we have the beauty water, what we call the beauty water. It's actually the water whose pH range is the same with the pH of the human body, between 4.5 to 5.5, of which many of us will apply this water on our skin, we get to see amazing results. Then we have the strong Kangen water, which is a higher alkaline level of 11.5. Then we have a strong acidic water, which is 2.5. I know you have a pie cup. I know you have a water bottle that is given to you to ionize your water. How many types of water can that produce? Now you know the difference, that we are not talking about the same thing. So let's take a look at the different types of water it produces. First, it produces what we call the 2.5 pH level of water. Now, one thing you must understand with this entire process, that it's a science. It's a science of pH 0 to 14. So once one type of water is coming out, now the machine has two hose outlet. Once a type of water is coming from one, the remaining balance of the pH will come out from the other. So for example, we have the 2.5 pH, which is a strong acidic water. Now, when you minus 2.5 out of 14, what you will have is 11.5. So you don't understand why we have 11.5, because 2.5 from 11.5 will total 14. So again, for most of the things we use and we feel, oh, these things are cleaning, they are actually shaping the water, where is the byproduct of that separation? All of that is in use and is in play in what we are talking tonight. So we have a 2.5 strong acidic water serving as a disinfectant, electrolyzed hypochlorous acid. This kills viruses and bacteria 99.999% within 30 seconds. Take it to any lab. This has been proven over and over again, used as a sterilizer and sanitizing even skin rashes. We've seen people with injuries, we've seen people with sores, and they just spray the water or clean those injuries with it, and they just see everything just begin to dry within seconds, within days. Now, what is happening here is killing the bacteria whatsoever is impacting the recovery of that external surface. Again, you can use it for your table, whatever needs sanitizing. Okay, they use it even in hospitals in Japan for their sterilizations and all those things. Then we have our beauty water that I just talked about, which serves as a toner and astringent. Now, this slightly acidic water is recognized for its astringent effect. Now, it's very terrific to use because those of us have experienced it. You just spray the water on your skin, you find out within 1 to 2 minutes, your entire skin goes totally different, just begins to look very soft, very supple, because the body is now coming into its natural environment. It will prosper. Some of us are into fish farming, I guess. You might have probably, even if you are not, you should know some of these things. Have you seen people who have fish farms, fish ponds, and they lose some of the fishes? Why? The water is getting acidic. So why people will say fish likes water, but not acidic water? Because once the water begins to go acidic, the fish will die. That means though the fish likes water, the fish likes a kind of environment that aids its growth. The human body, yes, is made to withstand a lot of things, but the human skin will prosper under a particular pH level. And the 4.5 to 5.5, it's very, very powerful. Once applied to the skin, taking your bath and all of that, and you begin to see your skin glow. Then we have the 7.0, which is basically a neutral water. You can use this water for baby formula and for medications. I like to recommend that, please, you do not use your Kangen water to take your medications. One of the properties of the Kangen water is what we call microcluster, meaning it gets into your body between 10 seconds, so 30 seconds. A lot of people take the water, they don't see themselves bloating. What does that mean? You find yourself, you are drinking, the more you drink, the more you feel like drinking, and the more you drink, some of us begin to experience the detox effect. People are rushing to the toilet, to the restroom, to take care of themselves. What is happening to me? I mean, I normally will hold 1 bottle of water for the rest of the day. Here am I finishing 5 liters of water in 30 minutes. I'm consuming more water than necessary. That's because Kangen water is micro. Therefore, don't take your medication with Kangen water, because most medical drugs need to go into your body slowly in what we call slow release. So when you take them with Kangen water, it will pull it into the body very fast. And we know most medical drugs sometimes have their side effects. So you want to take that with clean water for your baby formula. Now, this water is free of chlorine, rust, and cloudiness. Neutral water is a very delicious drinking water. We also have coming out from this machine the 8.5, 9, 9.5, which the beautiful thing about this device is that you can customize the water you want to take. Now, this is mind-blowing, because here you are sending me a filter, sending me an RO system. Can I customize it? No, it's it cleans it up, takes out whatever impurity, perhaps strips it of every value in it, makes it bare, and nothing is in that water. But here I am, I can, with a Kangen water machine, request for an 8.5 pH. I saw in one of the groups this evening, and somebody's asking, oh, can a pregnant woman take Kangen water? And hey, the answer is yes. Please, your babies, your fetus, check them up. Even at the natal ward, once babies are born, pick them and smell them. They smell alkaline. Okay, drop the baby, walk into the ward where you have old people. You will perceive a choking acidic smell. We are born alkaline, we die acidic. So yes, a pregnant woman can take Kangen water, but please, again, not 11.5. I'll need to say that between your 8.5 and 9.5, it's safe. Now, because with your Kangen water, you can use it to drink, you can use it to cook. As a matter of fact, try cooking your beans with your Kangen water. You will notice that your beans will cook 50% faster because the water is so soft, it permeates into the beans and everything is just cooked. Cook your rice, cook your jollof, cook your soup. Some of us will notice the richness of our meal. These things are no fluke. You can try that and give us the feedback on our next call. So this hydrogen-rich water works to restore your body to a more alkaline state, which is optimal for good health. Now, if you take Kangen water, one of the things I promise people, which many of us on this call, if you've taken your Kangen water, you will notice the impact on your sleep. It promotes better sleep. Most people find themselves sleeping so deep. It is not the length of the sleep, it's the quality of the sleep. Some people sleep, they wake up 2 hours, they can't go back to bed again because it's as if they slept for 8 hours. So much energy in there. And for some people, they just take, as if they're having insomnia, they take the water as if they took a sleeping pill. And it knocks them off because the body needed to actually be restored. So when you finish taking your Kangen water, you wake up in the morning, you are feeling so much energetic and you are feeling light. How many of us on this call, you've taken this water and you've experienced what I've just talked about? Give me a 2 on the chart. Let me know I am not just saying something that is not true. Anybody that have taken Kangen water and you found out you slept well, you felt so much energy, you felt light. Please give me a 2 in the chat. Type a 2 in the chat if you have experienced what I've just talked about. Who is there? Who has experienced that? Yes, it's coming in. Thank you very much. So you are seeing people. These things are no fluke. Thank you. Thank you, Mommy Christabel. She's experiencing it. Yes, it's true. Thank you, Mommy. She's experiencing it. People are seeing the result. Pastor Sebasi is seeing the result also. You can use your Kangen water because it's alkaline water. So I tell people Kangen water is not alkaline water. It basically has a property that is alkaline water. Because when you say Kangen water is alkaline water, you just reduce the possibility and the potential of Kangen water just to become alkaline alone. Anybody can create alkaline water. Go to the stores, buy your soda, okay, and put it in your water. What will you have? You have alkaline water. But again, your kidney will pay the price. Kangen water is beyond alkaline. Again, it's microcluster. It has a negative ORP charge and electron on all of this. So this is helping to flush the body of acidic waste and toxins, deeply hydrating the body at the cellular level. This is where health begins. Your primary biology will tell you real health begins from your cell. From your cell, you have your tissue. From your tissue, you have your organ. From your organ, you have the system. From the system, you have the man. If something is not hitting the cellular level, then your wellness is not whole and complete. And the beautiful thing about Kangen water is that it hits you to the cellular level. Cellular hydration is what you get. It allows for increased immunity against diseases. I've seen people saying, oh, I started taking Kangen water, I'm not falling sick as frequent as I used to. Some people are saying, oh, I don't have the malarias again, I don't have the typhoid, all those running to the hospitals just because I changed my water. What happened? It boosts their immunity. So we also have another type of water coming out from the same machine, which is what we call the 11.5. This is a strong alkaline water. It serves as an emulsifier, helping to break down oil. For people that have cholesterol, sometimes they get to use this. It removes pesticides, herbicides, germicides from our fruit and our vegetable. It cleans. It even serves as laundry detergent. I don't know many of us have tried this, but please do try it. Get to 11.5. You have a washing machine. Rather than add soap, please just add a cup or two of 11.5 into your laundry, okay, into the washing machine and turn it on and see your cloth come out sparking clean. it does not interfere with the color of your fabrics. In fact, as a matter of fact, it maintains it and it's glowing. It's so amazing. People don't know the multiple uses of Kangen water and all it does. Then for people, for example, that have cancer, stroke, things that have to do with high acidity in the body, this water helps. This is Dr. Otto Warburg, the man that discovered the real cause of cancer in 1923. He got a Nobel Prize in 1931. In his work, The Metabolism of Tumors, he demonstrated all forms of cancers are characterized by two basic things, what he calls acidosis and hypoxia. And here we are today in trying to show that we have arrived, we are living the life we are certifying ourselves. When has it come to that a proof or a validation of your success is the amount of acidic things you put on your table? I don't want to go into brand names. We know the acidic things we consume just to show that we have arrived. Understand that cancerous tissues are acidic, healthy tissues are alkaline. It's being said that diseases don't thrive in alkaline environment. They flourish in acidic environment. And here we are acidifying our lives away. And tomorrow we blame the devil or we blame our village people. You've got to intentionally make a retrace and be very intentional in what passes through the gate of your mouth. A lot of medical doctors are talking about this water in all fields of medicine, and a couple of books written. I would like to recommend you get some of this book. Your leaders will be posting some of this book in the various private rooms so that you can read them. Maybe tomorrow I'll drop a couple also, because I truly believe you must own the knowledge. It is not what is regurgitated. It must be based on science, based on experts, based on authority, speaking also in line with what is medically proven for 50 or scientifically proven for 51 years. What we are talking about is 51 years. So don't let anybody who just started yesterday, somebody who just finished NYC, because they put doctor in his name, the person now knows what has existed before he or she was born. Understand this thing is valid. This is written by Dr. Bob Wright. I mean, he's the founder of the American Anti-Cancer Institute. He wrote this book 21 years ago. Now, in his view, cancer is bad. But what is worse than cancer is chemo and radiation. So in his view, chapter 6 of this book, he talked about step 3 of the cancer diet, because I have his video and probably I can, all these things are in the group, but again, we don't want to load everything because some of us have gotten it, but we need to put some of this thing because his quest began. For people with cancer, they always say, what will cancer patients eat? What will cancer patients eat? So we see people take beans, take protein, take this. And so they're always what cancer patients should eat. I have a few books, ebooks I can send what cancer patients should be eating. But why cancer patients is eating these things, the question has been, what should they drink? And no one had gone into that terrain. So he began to do a research. What should cancer patients be drinking? Because here am I finish eating my beans and I take a bottle of Coke. I take any of the soda drinks. Am I not actually defeating what I just finished eating? So knowledge and power. So I would recommend that you please, we have some of the soft copies of this book, get them, read them, own the knowledge. Perhaps I don't need to have these conditions to be able to share this book. I just need to know that this is what the experts are saying. These are testimonials, and there are some certain patterns and proofs that it's helping the world, and we also share it across so that they can check this thing out. So this is what he said. He said one of the things that he found 3 reasons in helping people resolve this to beat cancer. Number 1, he said because of the low microclustering capability. These are the demos we do. If you come around, if you're in Lagos or have anybody in Lagos, let them join me tomorrow morning, 11 a.m., 105 at Denny Jones in Ikeja in Lagos. I will be there doing these demos live, and you get to see how the water gets into the body very fast, in case you've not taken the water, because that's one way you've got to even know. But we still demonstrate it, and you see how fast this word microcluster is. He said, so if you really want to recover, restore your body, even for people with tumors and some of cancerous conditions, you need microclustering capability of your water. Number 2, you need a strong alkaline water, a strong alkalinity. And for many of us, hey, we know they are giving medication, but here you are, nobody's talking about what you're taking, and you're taking acidic things that are actually adding more, all right? And he said, most importantly is the low negative ORP. You've got to see all of these demos, and it will blow your mind. He said, I believe that ionized water is a mandatory baseline requirement for those with cancer. I have videos, we have a lot of proofs. You see people on stage 3, stage 4, reversing back to 0. And people are wondering, Is this magical? Is this a church? What is happening here? Is this spiritual? No, it's science. It's science. There's a science behind some of this. Sometimes people ask me a common question. I could have answered yes or no. I'll send them a video to watch, because I don't just want to be a yes, but why was it a yes? I don't want it to be a no. Why was it a no? Things should be backed by science. And we have a lot of this to send in case you are interested. So this is Dr. Shinya, the man that invented the medical process called colonoscopy. I mean, he wrote this book, The Enzyme Factor, Diet for the Future that will prevent heart disease, cure cancer, even stopping type 2 diabetes. Now, this guy is a professor of surgery, Albert Einstein College of Medicine, coming to say, I can cure cancer. Front page of his book. And much more so, you are a professor in Albert Einstein College of Medicine. You cannot be making a claim that cannot be vetted in those kind of high places, because they've got to check you out. Okay, so it's sorry, I almost blotted out Alex of Belarus. Sorry. Well, let me just keep my mind short, because there are some things to this world when you say, people will vet it out, people will go check it out. Okay, so this guy is not your average Joe doctor trying to japa, and now they want to have an authority on whether this work or not. What have they done for the world? This guy is a medical inventor. He's not just your average resident doctor or consultant. He has performed over 360,000 colonoscopy processes. And guess what? 100% success rate. In case you doubt, pick up this book and read and understand. And he stated in this book, he said Kangen water is alkaline-rich water, considered to be the very best drinking water because of its incomparable powers of hydration, detoxification, and antioxidation. These are the three properties you will meet in consuming Kangen water. These are some of his books also. Again, reach out there. I like people to actually push the boundary. Give your brain stretch marks. Read, study, own this knowledge. These are some of his works. It checks you are inflamed, you are sick. 3 months drinking Kangen water, people are seeing incredible recoveries. It's amazing. This is chronic constipation. 45-year-old lady with breast cancer, chronic constipation. And guess what? Just 3 months drinking Kangen water, what is saying? All of that thing is reversed. I'm asking, what is happening here? No, it's not spiritual. It's backed by science. Even though I'm a person of faith or whatever it is, I still trust in God for it to work. This is a case of chemo. Okay, this actually is a prostate case of prostate. It's a 52-year-old male with prostate, even with chemo being done. 3 months drinking Kangen water, all of that is reversed. In fact, one of the fastest testimonies we are getting of people with prostate. The way the PSA is dropping, it's alarming. Not to talk of you add what I'll be talking to you shortly, Ukon, and you just shortcut the recovery time. This is crazy. This is Madam Titi, one of our partner. She had cancer, 6 chemos done, counting her days to go. She walked into the facility, got to the water, drank it, 24 hours, her palpitation ceased. 5 weeks down the line, her hair was growing, her energy was busting. Exactly 4 months, this is not even 9 months, because I was the one facilitating the training day. She walked in and she said, oh, I said, that's the lady I'm just talking about. She lifted up her hand and said, hey, I have an update. I'm coming from the hospital. I said, tell me about it. And she came in front of the class and said, guys, I'm just coming straight from the hospital. This was somebody that was built to die, counting her days to go. And the doctors just checked her up and they came out. They said, what have you been taking? She said, what's happening? They said, you have no history or case of cancer, past, present, or future. Today, she takes it as a badge of honor to give people hope. Because sometimes once you hear the word cancer, it's like a death sentence. But listen, most times when I share these things, I've seen people walk up to me. They said, I wish I knew about this last month. I wish this happened in 3 months ago. I lost my wife. I lost my husband. I lost a mom. I lost somebody. This is why this is a mission. This is why we are running against the clock. Not because we have some of these issues, but we do not know the next person whose life is dependent on this information. And hey, we are not selling drugs. It's water. The person is going to drink water anyway. Was she going to drink water that day and every day of her life? Yes, as long as she still remains to whatever she passes, she was going to drink water. All we did was to change her water. That was the basic thing that was changed, and we're having all these testimonies. You are seeing conditions like this. Diabetes, it's crazy. People are just giving too many testimonies. Please You may do well, go to the groups, various groups. You see people, I posted one this evening. It is their own words. These things are not coerced. Nobody is paid. People are telling their personal truth. People are sharing their personal experiences. They know their body. When things are changing, they know and they are sharing the story. Now, this is not just a Nigerian gimmick, because these same stories for each of these conditions are being replicated all over the world. So it cannot be a fluke. There must be a science, and there must be something in this water and how it's being used. So we see people with eczema, I mean, conditions like this, and we see this is even the use of the 2.5 here. We have psoriasis. Okay, you can see the before, you can see the after. This was a male nurse. 11 years, they couldn't fix this. All forms of cream, injections, whatever this guy did was having no result. Works in the hospital, but this was just 60 days. Drinking Kangen water, applying the 2.5, now it just begins to kill everything that was making it stay on the skin, and everything was changing very, very fast. Now, how will you have this kind of face and you smile? You can't smile with this kind of look. For some of us, even though we are not even women, but we pay attention to our looks, all right? But this is just what has happened in 8 weeks. Suzanne can smile again. This is the reason why we are passionate about this, sharing this good news, because we want people to smile again. Now, I do hope you see value in what we have shared. But as we proceed, I want you to understand that this is the best value for your family. Anything that has to do with your health is not an expense. It is an investment. I've oftentimes said that no matter how beautiful your future is, it takes your health to get there. Now, I do know already we are going mid-year, right? Probably by month end, January, July, oh, we have our mid-year Thanksgiving, and all of us will be grateful. We've seen June, we've seen half of the year, and all of that. Then the prophecies will continue, are the things that must happen before the end of the year. And here we are jumping and shouting amen, and all the amen with thunder, amen with catapult. And by the time you come out from that hot prayer, you go and grab something acidic or something poisonous. Do you really believe in your prayer? No matter how beautiful the future is, it takes your health to get there. Some of these prayer points will be answered, but your health will not be able to carry you to enjoy them, which is why you must pay premium attention to what you take. So we have our K8, it's a superior crafted product, which is for 6,235,000 naira. Somebody's feeling, is this not expensive? Just hold that thought. Let's even imagine. Imagine what it will feel like for you not to renew that expensive prescription drug and to be free of its side effect. What do you think about that? As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me just pause. Pastor Nse, are you on this call? Because he was with us. Pastor Nse, okay, yeah. Pastor Nse, please unmute your mic if I've not muted you. Let me see. I hope I did not mute you, everybody.
Hello, sir.
Okay, beautiful. You were sharing something with us last week, Thursday. Pastor, something, his testimony you were sharing last week, Thursday. I don't know why you remember. If you can just share that with us in a minute.
Is it about my provincial pastor?
Yes, exactly, sir.
Yeah. My provincial pastor had a kidney transplant. And he has spent before, during, and after the transplant 84 million naira. And even after the kidney transplant, he was still spending so much money that it was becoming alarming. He said sometimes he has what they call infection that can cost him 1 million naira. So he needed, something that can help him, and I introduced the water to him. And the water, he could not believe it, because according to him, for the past 3 years, he has not been able to sleep soundly in the night. If he sleeps, he has to wake up 5 to 8 times to ease himself. And because of that, he cannot have a deep sleep. And we can even see it in his body. When we see him in the church, he doesn't look healthy. But I took this 11.5, 2 bags to him. And when he drank it for the first time in 3 years, incidentally, he traveled to America and they run a test. He spent $5,000 to run the test, and they could not even solve the problem. But in drinking this water for the first time in 3 years, he was able to sleep soundly, and he wake up by 6:30.
Without going to
Over
the
to you,
restroom.
sir.
Without going
Yes,
to the
sir.
restroom. And the
Yes,
wife
sir.
also drank the water.
Yes, sir.
And she slept like a baby and woke up in the morning. Now, listen, you had that 84 million naira, and somebody's thinking 6.23 million naira is expensive. Imagine what it will feel like for him not to renew those prescription drugs anymore. He was on a 42,000 naira injection every week for 3 years. Every week, 42,000 naira injection. Because he invited me to the church. He invited me to his CDA in Alausa to come and speak to his fellow property owners because of how it changes life. Now, all the drugs that he spent 84 million naira on, no family member could take that drug. Nobody could help him out with that drug. But imagine that he invested 6-point-something million and he bought one device. He took it, his wife took it, the children took it, the church can take it, his enemies can take it, everybody known to him can come to his abode and take his drug, which is water. What are we talking about this and thinking is expensive? So you've got to put things in perspective. Let's even imagine, how will you feel like if you had more energy? Because for most of us, the last few days you've been drinking this water, it's as if you're just having a pump of energy, a rush of energy, as if you want to wake up in the morning and join Loma and start sweeping the street and cleaning up everything. Some of us are seeing our pain depreciate. Some of us are seeing ourselves as if we are losing weight because, yes, your body's metabolism is functional and things are moving. What will it be like to feel healthy again? For the first time, many people in years are now feeling that they are healthy. They feel it. Because when you are healthy, you get to know. And you think it's expensive? Perhaps let's talk about our SD501, which again, this is even the one that they just added, they made an improvement on, which is not yet, they just launched on Saturday, okay? But it's not touchscreen, it's and all of that. But this product is just 4,837,500, and you are seeing too many testimonies all over. The K8 has 8 plates, this one has 7 plates. The K8 is touchscreen, this one is no touchscreen, it's button. Okay, but like I said on Saturday, they just launched a model that a bigger screen, touch screen, and all of that. Probably our next meeting, I'll put up that model. But again, it's not yet in Nigeria. So let's talk about what we have that is already, because for it to come into Nigeria, they need to do SOS certification and clearance and all those things before they bring it. So please don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. But this is what we have, and it's changing so much life. Whether you go for the K8, whether you go for the SD501, these are priceless. Only medical grade water machine. ISO certified 13485, giving you 11.5 and 2.5. You can hear Pastor Onse talk about coming to get 2 bags. And that 2 bags of 11.5, he got it from me. He called me. He said, Pastor, bring 2 bags of 11.5 for me. He didn't tell me who he was. He just said, I want to give my pastor. He didn't tell me anything about it. Because and later he said to me, he said, the guy will not believe. The guy is too brilliant for himself. So you cannot convince him. So one of the things was just to gift him the water. After all, it's a gift. It's water. Whether you are sick or you are well, you are still going to drink water. And just gave the guy the water. And the guy drank the water. And the rest, they say, is history. 5-year warranty, 30 years lifespan. I have a video. I probably will send a video in the group. Just this week, over the weekend, they were showing a 30 years machine, Kangen machine that is still working 30 years, checking the OROB, checking every indices. This is a lifetime machine, guys. Please don't wait until something bad happens before you change your water. There is somebody who you know who will still take water anyway, or perhaps be taking the wrong water and is impacting their health. Don't wait until something bad happens before your loved one changes their water. Now, you have the account details there, Enagic Africa Limited. You can pay into the account and you walk in, you pick up your machine. Mommy Christabel, she's on this call last week, Monday. Was it Monday? Yeah, last week, Monday. Walked into the office, made the transfer, picked up them. In fact, before they arrived, the company has already packaged the machine. and they just came, they picked it. So if you are in Lagos, you can just walk in, pay your money, forms are filled, you pick up your machine. If you're outside Lagos, make your transfer, make arrangements, it's shipped to you. It's mind blowing. What we have, again, it's life transforming and changing. Now, some of people might just say, but I don't have all the money. Can I pay little by little? Yes, it's possible. I have people who are paying 500,000, they drop into the account. Some people, oh, I have 100 or 1 million naira, drop into the account. And anytime all of this comes together, the total, they just clear it out with the accounts department and they pick up their devices. Okay, so if you feel your money is not complete, but rather hold it and you have emergency 2K seekers collected it, just pay into the company's account and secure your machine. All right, I'll be coming to answer the questions because I'm seeing questions coming in, but please drop the questions in the chat and I'll be addressing that shortly. So we have a suite of products and they are growing. But one of it is the M guard, which is the electromagnetic guard. We do a full training on this every Friday. So next tomorrow, I'll be doing a full training on this. I mean, if I need to add that, we'll be having a very long meeting, and that I don't do. So this product is helping us to cut off electromagnetic radiation. And 30 years ago, 40 years ago, we know the serenity we had around and all of those things. But today, there is high level of radiations. Many of us are not even aware of the impact. When you join us on Friday, we'll make the invisible visible so that you know what is impacting on our children and our family members. This product was officially open for the Nigerian market, launched February 8th here in Lagos. Now, I got the first of this device to come into Africa. The 01 of this device coming to Africa came to me December last year. So I don't talk about theory. I put my mouth on what I believe. And I mean, I tell people the difference is clear. So again, if you have not experienced MGuard, it's something you've got to experience. But maybe again, join us on Friday, 8 p.m. We'll be talking about MGuard and how this can protect you and your entire family. Then in passing, when I was talking about the man with prostate, I said there was something he added. Again, this is not just for prostate people, but this is called Ukon. Ukon is turmeric. It's the world's first turmeric wrapped with Kangen water. Now, someone says, oh, I know turmeric. Hold on, you don't know nothing about turmeric, because if I said water, you would have thought you know things about water. But when you sit down in our demos, then you will understand that what we are even talking about, which is just like on a webinar, is totally different when you are in the hall and you get to see the practical and you drink the water. Then you know that all waters are not equal. So you might think this is your average turmeric. No, it's not. This is the first turmeric wrapped with water. All forms of turmeric, you see them in powder form, you see them in the tube, but this is a liquid, okay? So turmeric is highly coveted for its ability to promote longevity. Turmeric Ukon, belonging to the ginger family of herbs, is known for its many health benefits dating back to its inception in Southeast Asia. I have a video on this. Again, if you can request it, we can send you this video so that you can watch and understand what this is. But it serves as a natural antibiotic, anti-aging property, improve your skin conditions, speeds up healing process. This one is one people cannot even understand. I tell people, if you were to recover in 3 months, you recover in a month and a half. If you were to recover in a month, in 2 weeks, you'll be bouncing back. This thing is just crazy. It's like a catalyst, helping people to speed their healing process. Natural antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, having all these benefits that we have here and much more. So please go get to watch the video and or reach out to the person that invited you and said, can I get more information about that Ukon they are talking about? It will blow your mind. Now, let's talk about the Enagic business opportunity in the next 10 minutes. Now, I normally tell people this is so life transforming. So what I'm about to show you in the next 10 minutes is basically how you can turn your water to wine. Oh, sorry, how you can turn your water to wealth. Jesus is the only one that can turn water to wine. Warren Buffett said, whatever you like to do, you make it a hobby. Whatever the world likes to do now, you make it a business. Now, please, it's optional. I can buy my machine. I don't need to be doing whatever you're about to hear. Drink your water, sing kumbaya, but hey, Enagic offers us two pathways to participate and to benefit. Firstly, as a user. Secondly, as a distributor. Choose the one that suits you. Your machine has an ID that gives you access to both doors, but you can lock one and throw away the key and just focus on one. As a retail customer, you get to enjoy the full benefits of our suites of products which help their health. Now, practically, I own two machines. I have Ukon, I have the MGuard. I'm a product of the product. It's helping my health. But beyond that, seeing the benefit, and just like what Pastor Nse shared, distributors are sharing this product and as well the opportunity. And this is also leading to a passive residual income that they did not plan about. Now, Mommy Christabel is on this call. When she came to my office, we did not talk about the business. We just talked about the product. Last week, where Ifoma Enagic was on the call, it was last week Wednesday she was listening to this what I'm about to share for the first time, and yet she was happy enough to call from Port Harcourt to Lagos to tell somebody about it without knowing about this, because what she had was valuable alone, whether there was a way to reward people or not. The product is a start when you know what can last. If there is no monetary, people are buying water dispensers, people are buying filtration systems into their houses. They don't need to add to make money from it. They just see this thing is good for us. But the system here says, hey, you can use as a retailer, you can share, and you can be rewarded. So let me show you the simple proven system in which people are creating 6 and 7 figure monthly income. Just like today, I know a lot of my people in the team got their alert. I know many things. So for many people on this call, they got their alert. So it's happening. It's called the Enagic marketing plan. How is this working? First of all, understand anyone who drinks water is a prospect. And even if you're on a fast, you will soon break. So when you break, we say, welcome to the world of Kangen and Enagic. And if you're on a fast, please drink Kangen water when you break and check. You look as if you are not fasting. People who have been on prolonged fast, whether Muslims or Christian, said it looks as if they were not fasting. So much energy, they don't feel tired the way they normally would feel tired on all of those. So with the Enagic business, there's no monthly qualification. There's no stocking. There is no loading. There's no inventory. We are not talking about authorship here. We are not talking about flushing of points, because everything is accumulating for life. Now, just like we said, they just finished the convention in the US, San Diego, on Saturday. I know today Simon Lowe is in New York, okay? And people are traveling around the world. It means it's a global business. The market is very on top. I remember when we started, we said globally we have a 3% penetration. We've not even penetrated Africa, not talk of Nigeria. What blew my mind is that the reward model has not changed. And this company has positioned over 10 ways to reward us. But you know what? For the next 8 minutes, let's talk about one of it. It's called the 8A or the 8-point commission. How is this working? With our patented product, you are rewarded directly and indirectly. For every sales you made directly, somebody buys, whether for personal use, you didn't even talk to them, because like Mommy Christabel bought, they didn't tell her, oh, there will be money made. The person that did that just made a direct referral. Now the person is positioned to earn. Now, she also has her own circle of influence. And again, she's not pushing it to them because she's going to make money. Because I've seen her. She's someone who is passionate in helping people. She said, well, I'm giving it to people. I'm helping people. I want people to experience it. Now, this is someone who is passionate about helping people. But listen, if for any reason any of them pick up a machine, she will be rewarded for what she was doing freely after all. Now, it's not your traditional network marketing whereby you bring people. No, we don't play that game. But you come in again, like I said, for every machine, there is an ID. You talk to your friends, you earn direct income. They have their own circle of influence. Those are indirect sales. When you add up your direct sales plus your indirect sales, now you have what we call a group sale. Now, for every one machine that is sold, now I'm taking the case study of this SD501. Okay, the K8 has a higher reward amount. But for the SD501, that's why you don't see Enagic on any billboard, television, newspaper. If you see it anywhere online, somebody's promoting it. Okay, somebody's spending their own bills, their own money to make that happen. So Enagic says the money we would have spent, which is 2 million naira per sale of one product, we divide that into 8. For every SDF 501 sold, we divide the 2 million into 8. When you divide 2 million by 8, one portion becomes 250,000. So it's like a pizza wheel. If you've entered Domino Pizza, each pie you take is 250,000. So the question will be, how many of these 250,000 can I take? Now, it depends on your rank. If you're 1A, you keep taking 1. If you're 2A, you take 2. If you're 3A, you take 3. If you're 4A, you take 4. I know somebody in the team that collected 4 today. So that simply means it's #1 million, right? Now, I'm excited because that was not how the person began. But now one machine can be sold and the person can multiply that by 4 till the #2 million is exhausted. So your first sale is what we call your 1A rank. You earn 250,000 down to the 8th generation. Your first 2 sales makes you a 1A, and you've earned ₦500,000, but not just directly, it needs to also go indirectly. By the time you make your 3rd direct sale, somebody makes a purchase using your ID, you are a 2A rank. Now you are getting 2 pi out of it. Remember I said the amount of 250,000 has to do with your rank. So if you sell 3 machines directly, you are a 2A rank. Now you qualify to be earning ₦500,000 million per sale of this device. When you get to 10 cumulative sales, not that you sold 10 machines, the entire team, the entire tribe under you, cumulatively with you have sold 10 machines. With your next 11 machine, you activate a 3A rank. Now you qualify to start earning what we call ₦750,000 because you're a 3A rank member. And the day you hit 20 machines under your tribe, not that you sold 20 machines, you could have, depending on your network, but your entire tribe, they also having their own circle of influence. Once you have a total of 20 machines, you are a 4A rank member, and now you are earning ₦1 million per sale of machine. And when you have a total of 50 machines, not fresh 50, like I told you, it does not flush forever, it's a continuation. Once you hit 50 machines sold under your organization, you start earning ₦1,250,000. And the day you have a total of 100 sales in your organization, you are a 6A members and earning ₦1.5 million for any sales. And it begins to also not just directly and begin to cascade downward. Now, let's put this in perspective. And I always like to do things a little bit practical. So permit me to just go through here, and I see Hilda on the call. Okay, so I will take the name Hilda that I've seen. So Hilda comes in and says, okay, I like it, I buy the machine. And Hilda just keeps the machine at home, and friends are coming around, they are taking the water, and people are having results. And so I like it. Okay, I think I can just add this, because if people are buying RO systems just to purify their water, which is just one type of water anyway, which basically just knocks off everything in the water. Now you have a device that's giving you 7 types of pH, 5 types of water, and this is amazing. Now, Hilda reaches out to a friend, Ese, talks to Ese, Ese buys a machine. Now, we're using the case study of the SD501, please. So that is 1A for Ese, for Hilda. Her first sale is 1A, and she has made 250,000 naira. This is not why Hilda wants to do this. Hilda probably has something she's doing, but hey, just a friend buys the machine, she makes 250,000. Oh, okay, that's good. I can keep the money to be changing the filters of my machine. But Hilda, before you know, Shade is interested, buys another machine under Hilda. That's still 1A. Your first 2 sales for everybody is 1A. Your first 2 sales. Note that. So that's also 250,000. So Hilda have made 2 sales, but Hilda has just made ₦500,000 naira. Again, not excited. Hilda could be doing some other things much more beneficial than this. Then Hilda reaches out and sells to MM. Now, your 3rd sales is a 2A rank. And what's a 2A? 500. So Hilda has just opened a 500,000 naira shop. 3 sales done, ₦1 million. Seems Hilda is almost beginning to recover the cost of her machine so that she can use the machine for the rest of her life. But unknown to Hilda, Ese reaches out to Grace, talks to Grace. Grace sees the value. Grace buys the machine. Hilda did not make the sale. It was Ese that made the sale to Grace. But guess what? Hilda will still earn 250,000 out of that transaction. Are you kidding me? No. But that's not my direct. Yes, that's why this is totally different. It's a direct sales concept, right? Grace sells a machine to Pearl. Hilda will still earn 250,000. Pearl sells a machine to Ator. Hilda will still make 250,000. Can you see that Hilda is earning as if she brought in Grace, Pearl, Ator? This will continue to the 8th generation. Now, how can you see how this is already accumulating and Hilda is getting her machine practically free? Because Hilda perhaps decides to bring in Eno. Eno comes in. I know somebody might think, okay, this might get to 3A. No, for you to get to 3A, you need 10 sales. This is a total of 7 sales, so it's still sub 10. So that's still a 2A cumulative, and that's still 500,000 coming in for Hilda. But unknown to Hilda, is a catalyst who reaches out to Ali, Abu, and Annie. Maybe he knows people in the National Assembly, people in the corridors of power, and they decide, so no, they know we like you, let's just buy and encourage you. And for selling to Ali, Abu, and Annie, will earn 250,000 naira for selling to Ali. Remember, that's her first sale. But what happens to Hilda? Hilda is not the one that made the sale, but Hilda will earn 500,000 naira. No. This is crazy. Please pause. Why is this happening? That transaction is happening on a 500,000 naira structure. This is why this is totally different. It's not your traditional network marketing. What I'm showing you here has existed for 31 years without editing it. They have not changed what you are seeing in 31 years. This is why this is Japanese. Japanese do things with longevity in view. So if you think it's your traditional network, how many of them last 5 years? How many of them yearly they change their comp plan? This has been for 31 years. What I'm showing you has not been changed for 31 years. What? Hilda, 500,000. But Eno just sold to Abu, so Eno was also earn 250,000. Hilda collects another 500,000. Now Hilda is smiling. I said, I like this idea. Eno sells to Annie, so that's the third sale for Eno. Make 500,000 naira. Hilda will also collect 500,000 naira. Calculate the total sales here. Remember, Hilda had just bought only 4 sales, but the total team now is 10. So it simply means 6 sales have been done, not directly brought in by Hilda. Now that we have 10 sales, any sale that Hilda makes after the 10th person, in the case of Chooks, in this case, that's a 3A sales, that's 750,000 naira. What Hilda has successfully done is open up a 750,000 naira shop. I hope you know every of this structure is independent. Independent. So the 250,000 can produce, the 500,000 can produce, and you can have multiple 500,000. Now you've opened 10, you've gotten 10 sales. By your 11th direct sale, which you have opened up a 750,000 naira earning structure. Now Hilda is looking, this is sounding unbelievable. Hold on, this is 31 years, so that you know it's not a fluke run by night. Annie reaches out, brings in Bob, who buys a machine. Hilda will still collect 500,000 naira. Annie sells to Ben, Annie sells to Bob, Hilda will still earn 500,000 naira for each sale. Bob sells to Joe, Hilda will earn 500,000. Bob sells to Jack, Hilda will earn 500,000. Bob sells to John, Hilda will make 500,000 naira. Listen, guys, this is because this structure is on a 500,000 naira structure. I hope you know if you calculate all of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, including this is 10 sales. 5 million naira has been made by Hilda. Perhaps she bought the SD501. Her machine is totally free. And what is happening under the Eno team can be replicated under MM. Have you noticed MM has not even moved? Shade has not moved. Ese and the gang have paused. Or perhaps this could have been happening under Chooks. Or there could have been another 5A, 2A, or multiple of those. So the possibilities here are endless. This is why we call this the drink and grow system, because the desire of Hilda right now is to hit a cumulative of 20. That's your next milestone. Once you hit 20, you are 4A, and now you are earning 1 million naira. Madam Chichi, 15 days ago, 15 days ago, became a 4A. That opened up a 1 million naira structure for her. And guess what? The registration was not a SD501. It was a K8. So instead of 250, it will be 325,000 multiplied by 4. It's amazing. Then by the time you build and work with your team, support your team, you have a total of 50 sales by the organization, not just you. You've opened a 1,250,000 naira structure, and the day you have a total of 100 sales by your entire team. That's why we're not struggling with people for anybody. No. It's trying to no. That doesn't, because where they register directly with you, they register under your people who you can support. Everybody wins. Now you're earning 1.5 million naira. If you're a 6A, you now make 10 sales. That's 15 million. What if those 10 people were to sell each one? You've made another 15 million. Whereas you still have your 5A, multiple of 5A, multiple 4As, multiple 3A, multiple 2As. This is what we are talking about. When you become a 6A, the company says, thank you. First of all, apart from all the commissions you have earned, you're also given a bonus of 3.5 million naira. Just in last month, during May, when we had the anniversary, we saw people who worked on the stage collecting their 3.5 million naira. Help two members of your team to become a 6A, you get 7 million naira. Help two members to come to the position where you are, you earn 15 million naira. And you want to go to the legacy rank of a 3A where you have 30 million naira, they place you on 6 million naira monthly for the rest of your life. Somebody said, you are kidding me. No, this is 31 years, they have not changed it. People are earning it. And when I say 6 million, that is minimum. This is minimum. As a matter of fact, your commissions are higher than this because all of this cannot happen without activities happening on your 1A, 2A, 3A. It's amazing what this is creating. This Saturday, they celebrated their 51st anniversary, guys, 51 years. Simon Lowe posted a picture on the group. I don't know how many of us saw the picture of Cynthia Briganti. That lady is a Filipino. She's an immigrant who traveled to the US to be a healthcare, to be what's this health keeper and all those things like that, carer, to be doing carer job. And when she bumped on this, and you saw a house, you saw all sorts of exotic cars for an immigrant in the US. Guess what? She's not a dash 3. Because when you go to a dash 4, 60 million naira, they are giving you 12 million naira every month. When you go to a dash 5, 120 million, these are not your commissions, please. These are just extra bonuses given, and you are now placed on 18 million naira every month for the rest of your life. Simon Lowe, that I said, that just posted that thing, is a dash 4. He's receiving a minimum of 12 million naira. The guy is turning 31 years this year. He's turning 31 this June. This June is his birthday. 31 years. 12 million naira every month. This is not his commission because this is just a top on. You become a dash 5, 120 million, 18 million every month. You become a dash 6, 240 million, 24 million naira every month. Cynthia is a dash 7. That lady whose short clip Simon was recording because he went to the house. 480 million, and she's collecting a minimum of 48 million naira. This one is like it's a fixed rate. We are not talking about all the other commissions. She's a Filipino. People's stories are changing. This is why we call this the drink and go rich system. How can you help more people reach to a 6A? Simply help people hit their goal. Some people have a health goal here. Please help them. Help them. For me, I am very, very bullish on helping people with their health because I know once they see results, the machine will go on its own. It's natural. Sometimes I go for meetings, I don't even talk about what I'm just showing you because if they can see true value and that what we said can happen, forget it. Because if they buy, you didn't talk about it, but somebody will just see an alert coming into the account. These things are life-changing. So what do you do as I bring this to a close? Number one, use the product. You must be a product of the product. You saw people raising up their hands to say, oh, this water is helping me to sleep, it's giving me so much energy. How would they have known that if they didn't use it? So as you are using the product, refer the product to others. We had Pastor Nsebasi referring the product and taking the water to go and give his provincial pastor who had spent 84 million naira on his kidney. And within 3 months, everything reversed. The story changed. You can enroll others into the business. So what are we doing? For example, Madam Ifi in Port Harcourt heard about it, called somebody in Lagos and said, making referral. And the person bought. She didn't even know that was building a team. It's very simple. At the end of it is water. Everybody wants premium water. Everybody wants better water, which again was what we started with. So basically, this is why we say that if you change your water, you will be changing your life. If you're a guest on this call, I will encourage you to get back to the person who invited you to take a look at this so that they can show you how to get started with this innovative water technology, either experiencing the water or getting your machine so that you can now become your own source and have it on endlessly whenever you want, anyhow you want. I like to always tell people that nobody was born to win, nobody was born to lose. Whether you win or lose is a product of your choice. You were born to choose. My name is Solomon James. I want to say thank you very much for joining me on tonight's call. We'll make it happen again next week. Every Wednesday, we have this call regarding our Kangen water. Now, I do know we have questions. I will be pausing this recording and I will be taking your questions. Okay, so put down your questions in the comment group, or you can unmute and we can talk about that. Thank you very much. God bless you.